If you want to make Nigerian fried rice or you want to step up your fried rice game, then you absolutely have to try this recipe. Hey everyone, welcome to my kitchen where I show how to make some of your favorite traditional and new recipes that you can easily recreate for your family, friends, or yourself. Today, we'll be going through the step-by-step process on how to make the best fried rice. I'm also going to show you how to make this super creamy coleslaw, so let's get started. In the pot, I have a whole cut up chicken, and I'm going to season this with some chopped onion, crushed garlic, salt, some thyme. You can use fresh or dry thyme, crushed chicken seasoning cubes or bouillon cubes, and some curry powder. I'll give this a mix, and I'm not going to add any water at this point, just so that the chicken can really marinate with the spices. I'll cover and let this cook on low heat so the chicken doesn't burn, and I'll let that steam for about 5 minutes. When that's done, I'll add a little water to the chicken, and I'll cover this again and allow to cook for an additional 5 to 10 minutes. While the chicken is cooking, I'll go ahead and wash the rice. For Nigerian fried rice, you want to use long grain rice. You can use whichever type you prefer. Personally, I really like Sela Basmati rice, and this is the brand I use. These are other brand options that also works great. You can also just stick with the traditional long grain rice. Here are some good brands that will work great, especially for people outside Nigeria. So I'll go ahead and wash the rice a couple of times until the water runs clear. If you're washing with hot water, please make sure the last rinse is with colder water or room temperature water. This is just to ensure that the rice doesn't start cooking while it's still in the bowl, especially if you're not using it immediately. It's time to check on the chicken. I'll take it out now, even though the chicken is not 100% cooked, and I'm doing it that way because I'm still going to fry or grill this chicken. Also, because I'm using soft chicken and I don't want it to overcook. If you're using hard chicken or a tougher chicken, you can let it cook for longer. After taking the chicken out, you can filter the chicken stock just to make sure there are no bones in there. Next, add the washed rice to the chicken stock. If you don't have enough chicken stock, you can substitute with water. Add a little bit of salt if needed. I'm also going to add some more curry powder to give it that signature yellow fried rice color. The last thing I like to add to the rice is green pepper. This really helps elevate the flavor of the rice. Cover the rice and allow to cook for about 20 minutes or until the rice you're using is fully cooked. While the rice is cooking, you can go ahead and fry the chicken. If you're making this for an event or during the holidays, then I recommend frying, which is a traditional way. But if you want to skip the extra oil and make this a bit healthier, then you can choose to air fry this using an air fryer or an oven. Before air frying, I like to spray the chicken with a little bit of oil, and the oil will help give the chicken that golden brown color when it's done. Air fry at a high temperature for about 10 to 15 minutes. I love air frying, and for me it looks and tastes the same as regular fried chicken. Next, check on the rice. The rice should be fully cooked at this point. I'll go ahead and fluff it up. And it's important to do this just so that you can loosen the rice a little, and this will kind of release the trapped steam in the rice so it doesn't continue cooking. I'll also go ahead and remove and discard the bell peppers. Fluff the rice some more, and I'm just going to leave the rice open so it doesn't continue cooking, and I'll set aside. While the rice was cooking, I also prepped the vegetables. For the carrot, you want to peel before cutting just so you can get that vibrant color. And one important thing I do for my fried rice is I cut my vegetables as small as possible. This really makes the meal way more enjoyable, as sometimes when the vegetables are cut big, people tend to want to pick them out. After the carrot, I'll move to the green bell pepper. I don't like to use too much of this, so I'm just using the remaining half from the one I used to boil the rice. Next, we have the green beans, and same as before, I'm gonna cut this as small as I can. And finally, some green onions or scallions, and we're going to be using the whole part, root and stem. If you don't want to cut manually, you can consider buying a cutting tool like this one. I used this in my recent seafood fried rice recipe, and it really works great. And it's also going to help you achieve that very uniform cut. So these are the chopped veggies. The other vegetables used for Nigerian fried rice are peas and sweet corn, and I usually just get the frozen ones. So I took these out of the freezer earlier. The last thing to prep is the shrimp, and I'm just gonna season this with salt, chicken seasoning, and onion powder. And of course, before seasoning, the shrimp were deveined and washed. So next, heat up a little vegetable oil. To make your fried rice, I recommend using a wok. If you don't have a wok, you can use a very wide pot. Add the shrimp and just allow this cook for about 3 to 4 minutes on each side. And you don't have to use shrimp for this recipe. You can substitute the shrimp for chicken, beef, or you can just leave out completely. When the shrimp is cooked, take it out. Then add some more vegetable oil to the pan if you need. Then add the liver. The liver has been cooked and diced. And if you want to see how I prepare the liver, I'm going to add it at the end of this video. Stir fry this until it's brown and then take it out. When that's done, I'm just going to clean the pan with a paper towel. So now everything we need for the fried rice is ready. So heat up a little oil in the wok. And the first things I'm going to fry are the carrots and the green beans, simply because out of all the vegetables, these take the longest to cook. I'll fry these for about a minute or so. Next, I'll add the peas and the sweet corn. And I'll season the vegetables with crushed chicken cubes, salt, and white pepper. If you don't have white pepper, you can use crushed chilies or Scotch bonnet peppers. Stir fry the veggies for an additional 1 to 2 minutes. Lastly, I'll add the chopped green bell pepper. I'm adding this last because this cooks really fast. I'm just going to stir fry this for about 30 seconds and then I'll add the rice. My rice has cooled down significantly, so it's going to make it much easier to fry. After adding the rice, mix everything together, and here is my best tip for fried rice. Fry the rice. It's called fried rice for a reason. Crank the heat up in your stove and stir fry the rice on very high heat. Don't forget to add the shrimp and fried liver. The wok will help distribute heat evenly, which is why I advise you use a wok if you have it. Or you can use a wide pan. If you don't have a wide pan, you can fry the rice and the veggies in batches. If you noticed, I didn't cook my vegetables for too long, so they will cook perfectly during this time. And this entire process is faster when the rice is not hot or steamy, which is why I always cook my rice first. Add the spring onion and continue stirring so the rice doesn't burn or toast. After frying, you'll see such a huge difference in the taste and texture. It's going to taste so good. And another important reason for doing this is that it stops the fried rice from going bad easily. The main reason Nigerian fried rice goes bad easily is because fried rice contains a lot of vegetables, and vegetables are made up mostly of water. And that, combined with rice that has a lot of moisture in it, the chances of it going bad easily are very high. But if you make your fried rice like this, it will hardly go bad or sour easily. Plus, it tastes way better making it this way. I hope you get to try this, and I hope you enjoyed watching this video tutorial. Do let me know if you have any questions about this recipe. You can reach me on my Instagram page at Kiki Foodies. Send me a DM and I'll try to respond to everyone as soon as I can. The rice is ready. Nigerian fried rice is usually served with coleslaw and fried or grilled chicken. And this is how I made the coleslaw. To make the coleslaw, start by peeling the carrots. If you don't have a peeler, you can also just use a knife. Next, using this tool, I'm going to grate the carrots. I like using this peeler for the carrots because it gives me really long carrot shavings. But you can also use a regular grater to do this. When using a grater, place the carrot vertically so you can get long strands like this. Next, get the cabbage, take the outer leaves off and cut down the stem. Using a sharp knife, shred the cabbage by making thin cuts on it like this. For the top part of the cabbage, which is usually stronger, you can use a grater or a food processor to shred that. After you've gotten enough cabbage that you need, go ahead and make the dressing. For the dressing, I usually use about 1/3 cup of mayonnaise, 1 tablespoon of lemon juice or white vinegar, and about 1½ teaspoon of sugar. And the exact measurements to everything in this video is going to be in the description box below, so you can check that out. Add the shredded cabbage and the carrots to the dressing and mix this all together. Other things you can add to the coleslaw are cucumbers, eggs, sweet corn, sliced apples, and so on. Although I put it last, the coleslaw is actually the first thing I made, simply because coleslaw is best served cold. So after mixing, pop the lid on and put it in the fridge until you're ready to serve. If you enjoyed watching this video, please like, share with your friends, and leave me a comment. It really helps me connect with you and it really helps the channel grow. Thank you so much for watching, and I really hope you enjoy making this. To cook the liver is really simple. Just add the liver to a pot and season with salt and seasoning cube. Add water and allow to cook for about 20 minutes. After 20 minutes, dice into small cubes. You can get liver at your local market. You want to look for beef liver or cow liver for fried rice. If you're not in Nigeria, you can get beef liver from your local grocery store. You can find it in Walmart, H-E-B, Kroger, and the rest. I really hope you enjoyed watching this video. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't done so already. And if you already subscribed to my channel, thank you so much for subscribing. And I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.